Coach, welcome back. How nice is it to be back home in Pullman this week against the Oregon schools?
It's great to be back home. We love playing in Bowler Gym. Great to be back in Pullman and a senior weekend, for Penny Tusa. And we just want to get the fans out, before they go home for, Thanksgiving break. And I'm sure they're all staying for football as well. So it'll be great to get them out, Thursday and see some great competition this week.
You mentioned her about Penny Tusa, big milestone weekend for her. What is she meant? And obviously celebrating senior weekend for her. But what has she meant to you, and what was it like over the weekend? One of the highlights of the weekend.
For sure. A couple weeks ago, our SID, Ben Lasky, talked about how many more. I think she needed 8, a couple weeks ago, and we as coaches were thinking, okay, she can get this by the end of the season. And I think she just took it upon herself to just get it done. She had like 4 or 5 aces in a couple of matches. So her teammates were so great. Carly Basham, especially, every time Penny would get an ace, she'd turn around and be like, 4 more, 3 more. So just really proud of what she has done. We can't say enough about Penny Tusa and what she has meant to this program. We're super excited we got her for this kind of extra year because, last year was cut short. I don't think she really wanted to end her career that way. So, just can't say enough about Penny, and excited to celebrate her this weekend.
All right, we'll go a couple questions online. Jim Meehan from the Spokesman Review. Do you have a couple questions for Coach Greeny?
I do. Hey, Jen, you've got a lot to play for, don't you here? I mean, it's the seeding, the possibility of hosting. I don't know if there's still a shot if things broke right on the conference title race, but how much of a big deal is that to get that top? Is it top 16 that gets to host, and what would that mean to you?
Yeah, well, Jim, it's interesting this year. The RPI is not working in our favor. So us as a conference, RPI isn't great, and so we have a lot to play for. We're just trying to solidify another chance to get back to the NCAA tournament. We have a couple injuries right now. So we're really just trying to do the best we can and put a, great lineup together against a really good Oregon team, especially that's coming in tomorrow night.
Any other questions, Jim?
Yeah, I would ask, I saw Pia left the last match. If you have her available or not this weekend, and how do you if you don't, how do you deal with that without one of the best players in the conference?
You're exactly right. Pia, arguably is our best player, kind of from the service line, passing, and defense as an outside hitter. Just the numbers she has put up this year, really, really good player. So, if we don't have her, I think it's just everybody else needs to step up and kind of gel together as a team. Volleyball is the ultimate team sport, in my opinion. That one person just, can't get it done themselves. And so we just need everybody, to step up their game a little bit more if she's not available to go.
All right. Any other questions, Jim?
Yeah, if you go to the tournament, which it looks like obviously you're in good shape that way, how different will it be, I guess, getting them ready this go around compared to, it seemed like last year it was the one site deal, and I think you were the team was coming off a battle with COVID late in the regular season. I can't remember exactly. How different will that process look this year?
It'll be, back to normal. Last year, we were just happy that the NCAA was putting on, a national tournament, to be honest. Through a pandemic, a lot was going on. And so we were just happy to be there. But you're right, we were coming off pretty much 2 weeks of not having our whole team. not practicing. Pia, who we were just talking about, I think practiced one day before we played at the tournament. And at one site, it definitely was different. It didn't have that, feel. There were no, very limited crowds, and every team was in the same hotel together. It kind of seemed like more of like a club type atmosphere. So to get back to a regular, hosted NCAA tournament, I think, is great. Much of this year has gone, kind of like 2019 as far as crowds back and travel being pretty normal. So it would be really good to get back just to the normal NCAA tournament.
Right. Any other questions, Jim?
Do you have any other seniors?
Penny is our only true super senior. We have, just with the extra COVID year, we do have some players that, can have kind of accelerated their academic work and could probably graduate this year sometime and start graduate work and things like that. But Penny is our only senior right now.
All right, last chance for questions for Coach Greeny. You good, Jim?
Well, let me do one more.
All right.
You start out 0-4 and flip that around. And really, if not for a couple of 5-setters with UCLA that went the other way, you would be right in that title hunt, and maybe still are. I'm not sure if things could work out that way, but how did you get that to that point? How did you get back from that early start and keep it kind of rolling through conference?
Yeah, first 4 matches against 4 really good teams. We started out at South Carolina. I don't know that many people know this, but Magda was actually over in Europe playing for her Czech national team in a European competition the week before that. So we were missing out just on her as practice. She actually flew in and met us in South Carolina. So I think, you always want to give somebody an opportunity to play for their national team, but just practice wise, I think we weren't as crisp as maybe we could have been. And then played a Pitt team who's possibly one of the top 4 seeds this year, and then went to UNLV, and Carly Basham, our libero, was out with a concussion. And so I think those injuries can really step in and bite you at the wrong time. But we played a really tough UNLV team, and then Purdue, who's just on fire right now, beat Wisconsin twice and Minnesota this last week. So really tough competition, and we had scheduled that way. But you don't, when you're scheduling that far ahead, you don't foresee some injuries and different things like that will come up. But so I think we just got back to work and kind of gelled a little bit better as a team. Played some other preseason matches where we got some confidence. And yeah, you're right. To get that win against Washington in 5, I think was big. And then we were right there with UCLA twice and Stanford here at home as well. So yeah, we've had a great season, I think. And in my opinion, I think we should, we have enough on our resume to get back to the NCAA tournament, and that would be really exciting.